Victoria, and I started writing an elephant blog. I am new to BookTube, so I'm going to be doing the newbie tag. Alright, first is, why did I start BookTube? Well, after being on the Bookstagram for a little bit, I decided to venture out into the world a little bit, and then I discovered a YouTuber called Emma Books, who then I started following on Instagram, and I absolutely love her BookTube videos. She's very honest, she's very forthcoming with the BookTube community, which is what I absolutely love about her, and I learned a lot, which is why I decided to start my own BookTube. Alright, so question number 2 is, what can I bring to BookTube? So, I plan on doing a lot of book reviews, which I've done on my blog already. I plan on videotaping a few of those. I did one already for June, which should be upcoming. I also plan on doing book hauls, which are a lot of fun. And then I also plan on doing currently reading updates, which I don't think many booktubers do right now, which is where I'd sit down, tell you, hey, I'm reading this book right now. I've gotten X far, like right now I'm reading As Old as Time by Liz Braswell, and I'm on part 3, and I'm flying through the book, and I'm literally dying inside because I want to know the ending. So I plan on doing a few of those. I don't know if those will be recorded on my cell phone or recorded on my good camera like this right now, so we'll find out later. Insert generic booktube here. What am I most excited about for my channel? Honestly, getting a new book community, because I've been on the Bookstagram community for a little bit, and I've noticed that it's different, but everyone just posts pictures and nobody really does like reviews or anything. They usually put it to their blog, which is fine, which is what I've been doing, but sometimes I don't go to their blogs. I know it's horrible of me, but I look at their pretty pictures, and I feel like just being a booktuber and being somebody like Emma Books would be a little bit better for me. Now, I'm not going to try to copy Emma Books at all. I absolutely love her and would never try to copy her, but I feel like that'd be a little bit better of a community for me and a little bit more outreach into the world of books, because I do plan on becoming an author and a creative writing teacher in some part of the near future. So I think that'd be good for me. Number 4, why do I love reading? Oh, why do you ask this question? This question is so hard. Honestly, as a kid, I had a very weird, we can all say we had like a very weird upbringing to the point where we felt alone or something like that. But I really, when I moved to my new town, from having a hometown full of friends to moving to a new town, I had no friends. I didn't know anybody, and the friends I did make didn't last very long, except for a very select few. So reading was my way out, and I read constantly. But it was just a way out of my own head. It was a way out of being stuck in a teeny tiny bedroom with parents fighting right outside your door. It was much easier for me. And I fell in love with people like Harry and Hermione, and it just gave me an outlet. It gave me somebody to look forward to count on, to depend on. Which leads to book number 5. Which book are you reading? Harry frickin' Potter. At first, I did not like Harry Potter. I was on the anti-Harry Potter train, and then my 4th grade teacher started to read it to us. She read books 1 through 3 to the point where I actually, at a Scholastic Book Fair, went out and bought my first set of Harry Potter books, my first 3. I ended up buying it with things like wheat pennies and Indian money, and my 4th grade teacher ended up purchasing the set for me and didn't tell me. My mother didn't even tell me until I moved that I had bought it with things like wheat pennies and stuff. But that got me into a whole new world of reading. It in thick books too. It wasn't like the little American Girl novellas with pictures. It was thick, dense books for me. And I wasn't a very strong reader. I wasn't a very strong academic person in my elementary school years. So having that outlet, having, again, those groups of people, it was life-changing, to be honest. Questions for your favorite booktube/YouTubers. My question is how do you find the time? I am a full-time employee. I am a part-time student. I am a my husband would probably consider me a part-time wife because I suck at housewife things like cleaning and cooking. But I mean, I'm home every night and I rub his feet once in a while. But like, I just don't know how to find the time between reading and editing and blogging and writing personally. So I have to find that balance. If you have any tips, I know Emma Books does, but if she's got any more, I would love to hear them. Number 7 is, what challenges do you think you'll run into on BookTube? The first challenge I think I'd find is the time and the editing. My husband's been very gracious and thinks he can edit for me, so fingers crossed that he can do that successfully. Another challenge I face is my 4-year-old cat, who's more like a child, so you'll probably hear him meow and run around, and there'll probably be a few bloopers of me yelling at him. Other than that, it's just finding new materials, but there's always new books coming out. I have a whole bookshelf full of stuff I probably still haven't read yet, so it's just a matter of finding what to read and finding the time. When did you start reading? I started reading in 4th grade actively, probably around December, around Christmas time, when my teacher had finished, I think she had just finished the first Harry Potter book around that time. She started reading to us during like our homeroom time, when we weren't in between like science and reading and all that stuff. It was like an end of the day thing. It got to the point where I wanted to read along with her. So I went, she bought me the books because I bought it with wheat pennies. But she ended up getting me the books and I started reading along as she was reading, which was why I was able to pick up so many words and I was able to read a little bit quicker. But I think I started reading on my own the Harry Potter series come book 4. Once I hit book 4, I started really reading. Where do you read? I read everywhere. I read on my lunch break at work. I read in the car when I'm not driving. I read before bed, when I wake up, on my days off. Heck, if I could find more places to read, I probably would. I've read at Panera Bread with my headphones in. Pretty much anywhere and anywhere I can read, I do. As long as I don't get yelled at by my boss. And then last but not least, what kind of books do you like to read? Now this is hard, because most of the time I liked just the Harry Potter books. I liked just like basic fantasy books, which I didn't even know there was genres of books till like high school. But once I got, now it's a little different because I started my blog in about July, so it's a little bit different for me now as I'm trying to expand what kind of books I read. So thankfully Penguin Random House and their affiliate companies decided to do a thing called blogging for books, so I've actually discovered 2 books that I probably wouldn't have picked up on my own through that, and I plan on doing the reviews for that soon. And then Bookstagram has been very helpful. I'll see covers and I'll read synopsises of what the Bookstagrammers have taken of their pictures, and I'll be like, oh, I really want this, like Crooked Kingdom. And that series is something I really want to read. I picked up as Old as Time because of Bookstagram. I've picked up probably quite a few books that I wouldn't have originally without Bookstagram. So any types of books, as long as it's not boring nonfiction, because I don't like those. I'm not a nonfiction person. I mean, I'll read an article in a magazine, but I'm not a nonfiction person. Unless it's The Last Lecture. I actually liked that book. That was something I was forced to read in high school, but I actually managed to like it. And instead of like giving it away, I still own it, which is amazing. Just a little bit about me. I did start a blog and I started actively reading back in July. And since July, I think I'm on my 14th book now that I've read since July. And that is a hell of an accomplishment for me. I also competed in this year's NaNoWriMo, or National Novel Writing Month. I pushed out about 24,000 words, which on one subject, which is an astounding accomplishment again for me. I am a creative writing major. I plan on getting my master's after my bachelor's, which should be shortly. And then I want to be able to teach creative writing, and I also want to be able to write and publish my own novels, which fingers crossed will happen eventually. But and I think reading is an active part of being able to creatively write well and not just mimic somebody like J.K. Rowling or Anne Rice or Stephen King, somebody like that. So here is my adventure on BookTube, and thank you, and I hope I get to see more of you guys. Bye!